Hi, Chikuka. You're welcome.
Yes, good evening. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're a guy. Oh, I thought it was a
That's good.
lady.
Oh, I can be. Hi.
Okay, so I think I received your mail. While we're waiting for others, let me just quickly check on your work.
Oh, all right. You have not checked on it. It's fine.
Can you get on the file and give me access to edit? Are you there?
No, I thought I gave you editing access. Okay, let me
No.
okay, let me go back to the file. Let me go back to the file and see if I can give you editing access.
All right.
Sorry, my network is bad, little, but I'm just trying to connect my PC. I'll give you the access soon.
No, don't worry. I think I've gotten access. Welcome, guys. We need more people to join this meeting. We can't just be three of you guys. So let's be patient a bit. Chukuk, I've gotten access.
All right.
All right, guys, we're good to go. Let's begin the meeting for today. I might not be very audible, and I'll need you guys to bear with me. Okay, so let's start from my assignment. Who did my assignment? Or rather, I think I received just one person's email that did the assignment. Can somebody say something, please?
Please, can I submit mine tomorrow?
Yes, you can, but I would not be able to review it. That's the problem. But you can still submit it.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
please, I wanted to ask, can I also submit mine tomorrow?
Why? It's not that you want to submit assignment tomorrow. Why? There's a class tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be taking that class tomorrow. Now, the reason why I wanted you guys or I expected you guys to do the assignment is because we're having a class and it's just going to be so easy for me to review the assignment with everyone, then point out errors. That's the idea. I mean, you had a whole week. Is it up to a week? Okay, I think our last class was on Monday. But I mean, you had few days to do this assignment. So the downside to it is you can submit the assignment and I will check on it, but you have to give me a reminder so that I can just review the work personally to you because I don't think I'll be taking the next class. It might be somebody else. So let's dive right into today's class. Um, mm, so we're going to Chukwuka Gift is the only person that actually did the assignment, and this is what he was able to come up with. So I'm going to put off the, can anybody see my screen? Please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am, I can see your screen.
Okay. Another day to deal with Zoom wahala. All right, so what we have here is the desktop, iPad mini, and iPhone 13 mini. That's the responsive state. So I'm going to put off the layouts grid so that you guys can see how it looks like. Okay. Now, this is exactly how it looks like. I would say that this looks good, right? This looks good. But when it comes from a user standpoint, I feel like it is more aesthetically pleasing than for the users. This hero text and this dashboard here, I believe is meant to be like a representation of what the website is actually talking about. So I'm wondering why it is really small and the full focus is on these two balls that we have here. I feel like the shadow can be reduced a bit, right? But basically, typography needs adjustment, right? So you don't have to use, it's not really wise to use 000 to design because of contrast sake. You don't need to use bold. There's no reason as to why to use bold. You can use semi-bold, right? This is Poppins. Poppins has medium. Now, the trick is the higher the font weight, the lower the text. The higher the text, the font size, sorry, the higher the font weight, please jot this down. The higher the font weight, the lower the font size. The higher the font size, the lower the font weight. It's a little trick that works in typography. It doesn't work in all cases. It's not 100%, but most of the time it actually works because this now looks better than how it was before. Why are you using bold? There's no case to why I have to use bold, right? I don't see any reason why I have to use bold. This is 32 and you're using bold. Since it's 32 a smaller number, you can just use semi-bold. Because when you present this is meant to look like an actual website. I hope you guys know that. Okay, so I'm trying to show that you guys can see how it looks like. Okay. Can you see how it looks like? This is how it's going to look like on your system if it were to be an actual what? An actual dashboard. You had Chukwuka, did you design this website?
Yes, ma, I did.
You added a hover effect here.
Yes, ma.
That's nice, but the hover effect color is not enough. What I mean by that is it doesn't look good. The before color actually looks, because you're using a blend of colors, you need to make the hover effect color better. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So let's scroll down to the one I adjusted. You can see how it looks like here. You see that it looks better, right? There's no balance between this and this, if you guys can see. If you are saying that your subheadings are going to be 32, let it be 32 across all cards, across all sections. Do you understand, guys? So what I want to believe now is that you have home, features, and pricing, right? So I want to believe that this is the home, then you did not even add features. Where is the features? You did not add that. Okay. So let's just believe that this is just what a random landing page, right? Now, this is a section. This is a testimonial section. You did not name your layers. I think this is just like about the website. It says get started. Now, the button is not prominent enough. You guys are product designers. You are not just UI UX designers. This product is what will prompt users to click, right? So that the business gets to make money. Then why is the button like this? The button is not prominent enough. It's not causing, just like how they say a button is meant to like cause a call to action, right? This is not doing that effect in this case. The button is too light. It's not really bold. If you look at it, the focus is on these two balls here and aesthetically like how pleasing it is. The focus is not on the button itself. Do you understand? This looks really very simple and I like this particular this particular section, but this button is not prominent enough. If I read this, I might decide not to even bother to click on this. Yes, because this button is not giving me that ick of saying, oh, can you go ahead and do this? Can you go ahead? I want you to go ahead and click on this button, right? It has to be prominent enough. So you might have to adjust the buttons, right? And if you're designing, consider designing for accessibility sakes, because you want to be able to like look at what is showing up here. Is it readable enough, right? I believe this is meant to be like a slider. It will be sliding right? Is that what you're trying to do here, Chukwuka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can just call me yes, Oge, please. I don't like the yes, ma thing. Okay, so that means you're supposed to have a slider here, right? So that it shows that users are able to slide through. There has to be a direction for users that are not like, tech savvy, okay? Remember, you're offering a service and you also want to collect their money in as much as you're offering a service. So now you need to maintain consistency across all your subheadings. If you are using 32 in the previous one, then this one has to be 32 as well. Can you see? And this is 32 medium. Now, you need to understand, guys, go and read up on typography. Let me experiment something and show you guys. Can you guys see? Look at what we have here. We have here what the public says about us. I'm going to duplicate this. I don't want this like this. Right? I'm going to put it here, and because I don't want that thing that happened again, I have to do copy paste here. Okay. Now I have the third one. I want to explain font type effect to you guys. Right? I need to ungroup all of these things because he put them in an auto layout. I need them to be just as text and not in an auto layout. Now, these are normal text, right? You can see if I double click on it, I'm able to edit or add anything I want to add. Now, these are three texts of the same font width, right? The first one is Poppins and it is semi-bold 32. Now, let's experiment a different font width for this one. I'm going to use Lexend, right? And I'm going to use, what's this one? Semi-bold 32, right? I'm going to use semi-bold 32 for this. Now, this one, I would use Bricolage, right? And I'm going to use 32. Are they the same, guys? Same text, but different font width, but the same size. Sorry, different font type, but the same font width and font size. Now, is there a difference, guys, between these three texts? Let me zoom in. Is there a difference between these three different texts?
Yeah, they look different a bit, like as if one is lighter than the other.
Okay, any other person?
The third one, the
Just the
second one
last
is
one
third.
looks different. I think the
The
down
second
one, I
and
mean,
the third look different actually. More
It
of the third
looks
one.
okay. It looks different because of the font type, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's change this last one to DM Sans. Then I'm going to change this one to, what's this font I'm looking for? What's this font name? What's this font name? Okay. So now, is there a difference between this these three texts?
The middle one is bolder and bigger. Then the last one is smaller than the rest of them.
Okay. Now, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys, right? I want you to understand that you need to also understand the type of font you're working with. Because I use semi-bold here with the same size, 32, does not mean I have to use semi-bold here with the same size 32. You can see that Poppins is more prominent than what? Than DM Sans. Can you guys see? But it's the same font weight. It's the same font size I use. Look at this one here, but this is bolder than all of them. And it doesn't even have font weight. This one doesn't have font weight. It's just one, Archivo Black. I mostly use it for like crypto designs sometimes. So can you see? So what I'm trying to say now in all of this essence is you need to understand the font type and the font weight that you're working with. Because I might be working with Inter, and then Inter says, Inter looks good with the semi-bold. You see how this one is now? It's not as bold as this, but it's the same font weight and the font size I use. But it's different fonts. Do you understand? So now I know that if I want to achieve this effect of boldness here, I have to increase this word from semi-bold to what? Bold. Look at how bold looks safe. It's not even there yet. So let's try what? Extra bold. Now this is it. This now is almost similar to this. Can you guys see? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand font weight, font size, and the font type. That's why I said you guys have to go and read up on what? On typography. So this is too bold for a subheading. Okay. Let me see the size of text to use for these testimonials. Imagine you use bold as well. So I'm going to use semi-bold because it's 20, right? But this is bolder, so I'm going to have to reduce this to medium. Medium 32. Then this one is going to be you have to maintain the consistency you have here across all your designs. That's the idea. Now, capture task at the speed of thought. What do we use for our subheadings? We use medium, right? Medium 32, right? Then the smaller one here, we use semi-bold 20. Can you see? So this one is the heading, right? But it's still too bold. Like I said, you need to understand, and this is too tiny. Like, okay, let's preview first. Can you see? You see that it looks better. I'm supposed to touch on this particular text too. It looks much better now. So now let's look at what we have. Let's look at what we have to do for the day. So now let's check for responsiveness, right? So let's start with the iPhone. Why is this down, gift? What's the space here for?
For the how will I put it? That battery and the things that are normally on the iPhone screen, I forgot to add them while I was designing.
Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks like, right? Can you see that it's looking somehow? It's not looking presentable. Did not put this in an auto layout, Abby?
It was giving me issues when I put in auto layers. I just removed it and framed everything.
Now we have what we call progressive blur. It's part of the I still think there's no need for that. Jesus, that add any effect here. Okay. So I'm going to adjust this up a bit. Right? This text is too tiny. Kilo shele. Jesus, you use 6. You don't want people to read what you are designing. Hmm? Okay, this is better. Then we have stay organized and feel effortlessly clear and bright. Try for free. Then we have the okay. See that it looks better. Okay. All right. So let me check. I mentioned something that was supposed to size down. So I need to move this upward so that I can do what I have to do because there's no space. Okay. All right. Can you see that it is not responsive? The elements are moving with the design. This image here is static. Can you see? Can you see? So you have some corrections to do. Let's check this one out. This looks better. So what happened in the first one? Let me check down. Okay, this looks good. Except look at the footer. The footer is not responsive. Can you see? You did not make that one responsive. It's not moving alongside it. So you need to make adjustment to that. Let me check the up. Okay. So this is responsive. Well done. But why is this one not responsive? So you need to adjust this one and then make sure that it is responsive. So and then we have the iPhone. Okay. Well done. This is a good job. So just make necessary adjustment like I talked about and make sure that you do the corrections, implement them. Then make these buttons, just like I talked about, adjust the buttons. You might have to tone down on the too many gradients a bit, but it actually looks good. Well done. Okay, so this is well, going to be done with Bright's work. And then we're gonna get in the work for today. See, I have questions here. Oh, they're not questions. Okay, I thought they were questions. Okay, so do you guys want me to take on responsiveness again? Because that's our topic for today. So do you guys want me to take on responsiveness? Or if you have gifts, please leave this profile, this file. If you have something you want me to design or you have a question for me, I'm open every field. So each person will ask me one question and we're going to solve that right here and now. So let's begin. Who is the first person? I'm supposed to have responsiveness. Actually, this is today's class responsiveness, and I took the class last week, but I saw that it is extended to today. So I'm throwing out a question now. If you have questions on responsiveness, ask me. If you don't have questions on that, if you have any question, design related questions, please ask me. This is your chance to ask me the question and I will give you a reply. If you guys would want to just keep mute, that means you guys are forcing me to end the class. That's what you're forcing me to do.
When are we going to when are we going to learn about mobile app designs? Because I don't think it has been. I don't think we have had class on that.
You had classes on visual designs, right?
I don't
And the
think so.
visual designs, I think you have. I saw your cohort. And the visual designs cover for it covers for web and mobile app designs. But I'm going to take, so let me design a screen for mobile design, okay? So let's go straight forward. I think Gift is really lucky because I'm designing this in this file. So when you're trying to design a mobile application, you bring in whatever it is that you want to bring in. So we're going to design let's design an onboarding screen. You guys are going to tell me what you want me to design, and I'm going to have to design it. So what onboarding screens do you want me to design? This has to be an interactive class, please. I don't like that you guys are keeping quiet.
Maybe we should try a fintech. Any of the fintech.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the text here. All in one banking application. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Okay. So now we have our heading. So let's do a subheading. Your one-stop banking application that solves all your payment needs. I don't like to use black. Okay. Now we need an illustration just to measure up, right? And what do you guys want us to use to represent this illustration? It's gonna be hard now trying to find
Just use anything that you feel like, works for it.
it doesn't work like that. You have to first of all, there's no logo, right, to represent. So here's what I'm gonna do. Do I have any fintech application that I have done? Do I have? I'm gonna pick a design here and I'm gonna do it. That's the only, so that it's pretty much easy and fast. I don't have to start thinking of where to get this. But basically, you can always, where is Bright's work? Basically, you can always like get your, this is a colleague design that I'm just going to use as an example, right? When I'm done, I'm going to delete it from this file, right? So don't think that's going to be here. Okay. Let me remove the layout grid, so you guys can see it, right? This is meant to be like a split application. Okay, so I'm gonna go right into it. Now let's design this. It's pretty much easy because I have all the assets. So this is exactly how it's going to be like if you're trying to recreate screens. Now, the fastest way for you to learn UI designs is to recreate any design you see online. Enter Figma and recreate it. In the process of making mistakes, you are going to learn. That's how it works. Start from the simple designs, right? Don't just, because you want to prove that, oh, you're not very good, you want to break into the very hard designs. Start with very simple designs, okay? All right, so I'm going to bring in my frame. I'm going to add a column grid to the frame so that it keeps me in check and I don't go out of the margin line, right? Then I'm going to just bring in, I have my battery, whatever here. I'm going to duplicate and then bring in here. Okay, I like to give space between. Let me check the space here, 21. So let's make it 16. You always want to check so that you see how it looks like when you preview. You see that it's too up, right? That's why you have preview. So I'm going to bring it down a bit. And okay, and it looks better. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is what? The background color. Let's remove this grid so that you guys can see what I'm doing properly. My background color is white, but this background color is different. And I taught you guys something in the last class that we have what color picker, right? I'm going to use the color picker and just click on this canvas here. Sorry, the background here in the frame, and then pick the color. It's the same thing as when you're trying to replicate any screen. If you bring in an image from online, you have Behance where you can actually like get a lot of inspirations, right? When you copy the image and paste it in your Figma, you can use color picker to get the colors that they use in their text, just to replicate what the design. That way you are able to practice. Do you understand? You can use any font of your choice because you might not really get the fonts that they use, okay? So now, after that, I already have these illustrations here, right? I'm just going to duplicate them and then put in my designs. Let me shift this a bit. Now, I'm going to duplicate this one. Duplicate is Control D. I'm going to bring it in here, right? I'm going to duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it in here. I'm gonna duplicate this. And then I'm gonna bring it in here. Right? I'm going to duplicate this and bring it in here. So these are more like visual representations of, what the application is talking about. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So me and you fight too. I'm going to do this like this. Right? I have adjusted it. So now the next thing is what? Our text. I'm going to click on text here and type split bills. Not friendships. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Now, if you don't know how to center, this red line you're seeing here is for alignment, right? It helps to alignment. If you don't know how to do that, just come here and click on the middle and automatically it is being, if you want it down, you come here, this vertical center is horizontal center. Okay, guys? So now, you can see that it is bold here. So let's change, we're using inter, let's not bother ourselves with the, or since it's a design, right? I can check half. She used SF Pro Rounded. I don't have that in my Figma. I've not installed that. So I'm going to use another, let me use Bricolage. Bricolage is one font that wants to look like this. I'm going to increase it. Let me use that. So I'm going to use semi-bold. That is one thing. Now, this is where what letter spacing comes in. I'm gonna have to increase this a bit. These options here are not for fancy. You can see what happened here now. I'm trying to adjust the line height, right? When you adjust line height like this is how you adjust line height, right? Then this place is for what? Letter spacing. In case you want to. Why is this not working? It's not. Let me reduce it because letter spacing is too much. I don't want to. Let me see how one looks. Okay, one is better. Okay, I'm going to use this line height and I'm going to increase it to 48. Yeah, this is what I have here. Let's see. I'm going to remove the letter spacing, please. Let me reduce it a bit to 44. Okay, this is better. Consider I'm using semi-bold. I did not use bold. Though. What I am doing is what? I'm increasing the font size instead. Do you understand? The reason why I'm using bold is that there's a distinctive difference. Look at, if I put it on medium, it's not even going to look like what we have here. Do you understand? That's why I'm using semi-bold. Now look at, what is even the size she used here? You see, she used 48. You see? Now let's experiment that font weight, whatever that I taught you guys, right? Let me use 48 here. Can you see that they are different? They're not the same thing because they are different font type. I think this looks bolder than this. Let me zoom in, guys. Look at this one and look at this. Or is it because I'm not using the exact color? This is the
The
color
one on
she
the
used
right
for.
is better.
Exactly. But let me use her color. She used this color for the text. So I'm going to click on this. Now, which is brighter?
The one on the right.
You see? Meanwhile, it is the same font weight and the same font size. It's just different fonts. Do you understand? So now we're done with that. We're going to type our next text that says, Split helps you and your people stay on top of blah, 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 blah. I don't want that to be big. So I'm going to reduce this to 24. Let's see. Split it helps you and your people stay on top of shared expenses without the awkwardness. Full stop. Okay, so we have this one now. Now, you know why it's like this? Remember, I increased the line height here, guys. So I'm going to have to reduce this a bit. What's the size she used here? Since we're trying to replicate the skin. She used regular 16. So I'm going to use what? And because it's a smaller text, I'm not going to use bricolage. I'm going to use inter because you want the border text to stand out, right? So I'm going to use regular and 16. This line height is still too much.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What if the brand has a specific font?
Exactly.
want
Use
to-
it. You have to use it.
Even if it doesn't really complement the design?
Yes, you'll find a way and make it complement the design. For
Okay.
example, now I own a company and I'm employing you to come to my company and say, okay, congratulations, you've gotten the offer of being a product designer in this company. When you now enter the company, my company, you are seeing that on our file, because you're going to be working in Figma, right? Now, I'm not supposed to do it, but let me quickly show you guys. This is my company's file, right? These are dashboards. So I'm going to be rolling out the product very soon. But now you can see that this is the brand color. Let me click and see I've forgotten the font we're using. DM Sans. Can you see? I'm using DM Sans and it has all the font with actually. Sometimes you might not be lucky. Okay. There are times where you will not be lucky. And you see that you are using a lot of different colors here. So having to blend all these colors in the design is what makes you a good designer. You see that I use yellow here and I use yellow, and you can see that it's blending. The color you're having here in the text is not the same thing as what you have here. Do you understand? This is a lot of work, by the way, but let me go back. I hope you guys saw my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, we did.
So what I'm trying to explain is you need to work with whatever you are being given where you're working, except it's a freelance gig. What I mean by that is it's a freelance job. For example, I call you and say, oh, hi, please, can you help me? I don't even know who is speaking. Let me even know who is speaking. Who is the person that said something now?
It's me.
Oh, Victor, okay. So I'm just going to say, oh, hi, Victor. I would like you to work on a project for me. It's a food mobile application. These are my brand colors that I want to use. I want to use green and orange. The name of the food brand is Foodco. It doesn't have a logo. You're going to have to come up with a logo and come up with the UI design for. Now, you are the one that has the power to now choose the font type of your choice. As long as it matches design and the clients like it, you're good to go. Most times clients don't have problem with font type. What they have problem is the design, mostly pictures or how the layout of the design looks like. Do you understand? So let's forge ahead. Now we've done this. I'm going to put this align center, right? Now the next thing we have is the button, right? This is a linear button. Can you see? It was gotten from she used linear to do this. So I'm going to replicate this, right? Start splitting now. Let me do that. I told you guys how best to do buttons in the previous class, right? Let's see the font, whatever that she used here. No, she has changed this. It's no longer bold. So I'm going to use medium Most of the time I like to use medium for my buttons, and I'm going to use 16. Okay, we did not change the color of this small one. This is the color she used. So I'm going to just Ctrl C, copy, click on my own and paste the color word here, Ctrl V. Now I have that sorted out, right? So now for this button, it's white, but we're getting there. So I'm going to use Shift A. I'm putting that in what? In an auto layout. The buttons are round edges, so I'm going to give it a corner radius of 16. Let's see how rounded that's. Well, we can't see that now because, you know, color has not been added yet. So I'm going to use my color picker and pick this. I'm coming. Just hold on, guys. Now I'm going to change this text I have here to what? White. Now, what else do I have to do? I'm going to increase the size of the button. Now, automatically we have a padding space of what? 10 and 10. So I'm going to increase this to what? 24. I'm going to increase this to 16. I don't want the vertical padding space to be too much. Oops, this is too much. Okay, let's see 12. Now I'm going to increase this to 48 because the button is really long, right? Now we have something like this. Are we there? We're getting somewhere.
Yes,
Okay.
ma. Okay.
So I'm
Ma.
going to increase
Yeah.
this. Well, I'm going to increase this corner radius to 20 because I want it to be completely what? Rounded. Now we have this. It's still not too long, Abby. Let's increase it. Okay. There's nothing like 69 actually, because if you are using 8 pixels, we have 64, and after 64 is what? 72. Yeah. Do you understand? Now I have this. What else are we looking at? We need to look at this design. This design is actually what? A vector. Do you understand? She just picked up a line and made this into a vector. She even added gradients in the vector, but this is actually a component from a UI this thing. Do you understand? So she got the button from a UI component. So I'm just going to replicate this here. Now, do you see what happened now? Let me bring this thing close so that it will not be too far. Do you guys see what happened now? Let me remove this stuff. See what happened. Now, it is not letting me position where I want it to push. Let's bring the second one. I'm going to Control D, right? And I'm going to bring it in here. Can you see what it's doing? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to use absolute positioning. Absolute positioning is what is, you basically use it when you want to align objects. So when you want to place objects however that you like. It rules out the auto layout rule. That is only when you use what? Absolute positioning. Now let's zoom in and let's position it properly, right? I'm going to click on this and I'm going to, where is the auto layout that is here? Okay, this is it. So ignore auto layout. Can you see it? Now, you know that Figma UI has changed, but in the previous layout, automatically, once you click on it, it shows absolute positioning. But now they've renamed it to what? Ignore auto layout. That's the function of absolute positioning, actually. That's the basic function. So once you click on it, you just come here and then click on this. Can you see? It adjusted this back to the normal size. And now I can swing this however I want and nothing will happen again. Can you see? So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to turn this like this. And let's see how that's going to work. Now we have that sorted out, right? So now let's do this. I'm going to click on this one, click on absolute positioning. That's ignore auto layout. You can see that it has ignored it. So however I move it around, it does not enter the design, right? I'm going to come here and place this here. I'm going to adjust this, move it forward. I'm going to do this here. Okay, I have 5, 6, right? Okay. Okay, this one actually went out. So I'm going to put this here. Now, you can see that we have our buttons, right? So I'm going to move this like this and place it in the middle. So that buttons align with. Now, there's another problem. What's the problem? This color here is meant to be a linear color. Can you see? She used linear gradient here. Now, if you click on her color on the button that we have here, you're going to see that she used linear. Can you see? She used linear here. So she put one color by the end and one color by the end, right? But let's tweak our own button and let's see how we can make it fine. We're going to put hers together. So I'm going to click on the button, click on color. I'm going to come here, the second one that says gradient. Now you have different gradients. When you click on this drop down arrow, you have linear, radial, right? You have angular. Can you see? You have and diamond. This one looks good, though, guys.
Yeah, it looks very cool, actually.
It looks really cool, right?
Yeah.
See? Let me reduce opacity of this. Oh my God.
Nice.
Oh no. Okay. I want it a bit darker. Let's say 95. This looks really cool. But now it's not cutting across it. So I'm going to drag this across. Oh, the focus is meant to be in the middle. Okay, so let's do something now. I need to make this lighter. Let's make this 70. Oh, no. So I'm going to keep increasing. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys like this?
Yeah.
Who else likes this?
I think in real world, it's not really going to work because
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. So now that's the difference between you and UI UX designers. Don't look at it too much when I say like that, but it's just because I see product designers as people that are more intuitive and, people that are more concerned with the users, right? So this might not really work. But now let's keep experimenting. Okay, we're going to move from diamond to angular. Of course not, we can't use this. Radial is not so bad, right? But let's use linear. Now, we're going to increase this to 100. And this is going to be 0. You know why I'm increasing this, guys? If I bring it closer, this edge becomes darker. That's why I'm increasing this. Okay, this is better. Let's put this to 90. Now, what do you guys think? This button or this button?
The second one is better.
The second one.
Second one?
Second one looks nicer.
Yeah.
Second one looks nicer. Oh, wow. Yeah, no. Let's
Yes.
delete this one. So we're using this, right? Now, if you zoom in here, you're going to see that there's a shadow here. Can you see?
Yes.
Look at, there's a shadow only at the top, right? So now let's do that. So I'm going to zoom in on my button, right? And I'm going to click on effects and click on inner shadow. Now I want the shadow to be white. Can you see it's giving us that effect already, right? So I'm going to increase the blur to 10. Now, because I want this to be only on this axis, I don't want it to come round the other side, right? The position. So I'm going to give this 8. Can you see now, guys? The shadow is starting to show. So let's increase this to like 13. I think we're good. Because when you add it too much, it becomes too much. Let's see 15. Okay. Now, we have our button ready. Can you see? So what we have here is almost similar to what we have here. The only difference between both of us is because I did not use the exact shade of color she used in her inner. Can you see? She has D23800, right? Look at what I have here for my second color. I have C24416. Okay, so that's why it's not exactly the same, but it's almost the same, right? Because if you put them together, you're gonna see that she added auto layout here. Oh, wow. But let's continue our designs. So we're done with the buttons. I'm going to align word center. Don't worry, I'm going to arrange all of this. Now let's type this powered by split. Powered by split it. I want to copy the color code that she used there. Okay. So I can use it here. I'm going to use regular and I'm going to use 14. Now, for mobile designs, the lowest you can actually use is what, 12. It's not like Chukwuka that went to use 6 for his mobile design. So we have this here, right? I'm gonna do this like this. I'm gonna bring this up a bit. I'm trying to adjust it properly. Okay. Now I'm going to put this in an auto layout, right? If I put this here, Shift A, I'm gonna give it a spacing of what? 16. Right? I'm gonna adjust it. Gonna adjust it up a bit. You can see that the red line is already telling me that what it's in the middle, right? Now I'm going to adjust. I'm going to put this button and this small text in an auto layout, right? So I'm going to click on this, Shift A. Now I want it to be far from each other. This is not smaller enough. There's no concentration on this. Now, for every design decision that you are making, there's a reason to it. Now, the reason why I am making this small is because there's no action to this text. Do you understand? So it's more like you want little or no, like you want users to like recognize the text or not. Okay, so I'm going to reduce it to 12. Now it's meant to be small like this and not actually like this. I'll tell her to correct this. Okay, so now we have this here, right? Now I'm gonna bring this up a bit. Okay, if you want to, you can actually increase the buttons, but remember that you have, you can see that because of absolute positioning, let me adjust this properly. Okay, we have 66, 66. Okay, now I'm going to just increase this so that it fits properly, right? Okay, it's not in the middle. Okay, now because this is, this is meant to be down, I'm going to increase the gap here, right? I'm increasing it so that I want it to be down. It's meant to be at the bottom of the page. So now this is okay, right? Now let's preview. Can you see? Our onboarding screen is ready. Okay, so now that is exactly how to design onboarding screens. If I put on my grid, you're going to see that I did not pass the margin. This one's a picture, so it's allowed. But you can see that all of my text and my buttons are what? They are remaining what? Inside the frame. It's not outside the margin line. Okay, guys, so that's that about that. Why is this button looking it's correct, it's meant to be medium. Okay, so you can see that you see that this one is really small because the thing is, as a user, once you are seeing this on your screen, automatically this button is catching your eye with the illustrations. Do you understand? You know that, okay, this way I can actually click on if I want to start splitting money now. Do you understand? So that's that about mobile app designs. Any other question that you guys would take? I think we are far gone with time, and I'm going to have to take one more question before we call it a night.
Please, I have a question. These images you used at the top, where can one get them?
Okay, you can use ChatGPT, right? You can use on Splash, you can use Freepik. That's where you can actually see illustrations, right? Now, when you go on Figma community, always leverage on Figma community. Yeah, they have changed this UI again. So now I have to start looking for everything that I want to look for. See where they now come and put community. Search in community. So I'm going to use I'm going to look for fintech illustrations, because that's what a fintech industry, right? So
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
So if I see a design, a UI design I like, I can copy it to Figma and pull elements and assets from it. Is that what you're saying?
No, this is only possible because this was designed. This is only possible because this was designed inside Figma. That is why it is like this.
Yeah, I'm also
So if you want to pull out a picture, I don't have any picture right now, but if you want to pull out a picture, let me answer the first question, please, before I forget. Okay, so my dear, if you come here, you're going to see a lot of, look at, these are 3D icons. This is fintech illustrations, Once you open it, you're going to be able to search and you're going to see, there's no how. Look at this one, it already has money illustrations here. Can you see? These are icon packs, right? Illustration packs, you're going to see a lot of them here. This is POS terminal illustration, you can see. And they're always like free to use. So once you open it to your Figma, just copy and paste wherever you want to use the design. Do you understand?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Then back to your question. If I click on any of these, show you an example, it's going to come in as a file. You know, well, because this is from Figma community. So the only way is to pull in something from Jesus, what is wrong with my light? The only way is to pull in something from the internet. Okay? And how best do you want to do that? There are resource points where you can actually get pictures from, like inspirations, right? We call them, we have Behance, we have, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
What is my screen showing?
The same
The
thing.
design file
Human
now.
design.
Same.
Oh, okay. No, I'm trying to show you a different skin. So let me show you. Let me change my, now you can see my page. This is Behance, right? Behance is like where you're able to see a lot of freelancers. People hire freelancers from Behance too, okay? And you can see a lot of graphic designers, brand designers, motion designers, 3D designers, all of them. You can see it here. You have graphic design, photography, illustration, 3D art, UI, UX, motion, architecture, everything is here. Now let's search for what? Mobile app design. Which industry should we search for? I'm tired of fintech.
We can go for health tech.
Fashion.
Okay,
Fashion.
let's go for healthcare, mobile app design, right? I'm going to click on projects and search. Let's see what it gives us. Do not search. Okay. Now you can see a lot of people's work. This one says doctor's appointment mobile app. This is a fitness tracker. This is a healthcare page. If you scroll down, you're gonna see more. Mental health care app. Do you understand? You see a lot of them. Now, maybe you are seeing one of them and you're like, okay, all these things that are using to represent the designs are mock-ups. We call them mock-ups, right? I think one of the mentors talked about mock-up. I saw it one time, sometime a few weeks back. So, we're gonna just pick one. I'm looking for a single design. Oh, this looks good. Let's open it. Toby Boy. Oh, he's a white guy. He's based in Vietnam. You can see he has 76.1K project views. Can you see? So we're going to scroll down. This is what we're trying to replicate, right? And this looks really good. This is a very fine. I'm looking for the main screen. Oh. That's the problem now is that you might not even be able to copy. Okay, this is the home page. You might not be able to see the screen to copy like that. But let's see if I'm gonna see that screen again. Account management. So this is the home page. Now this is what I was looking for, right?
Please, can you
Now
copy a homepage too?
I should copy the home page. I'm looking at the time. I might not have that time to design this home page.
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel like if you design the homepage, it would have been easy for us because the homepage is the actual product. It's easy for us to replicate it.
Okay. So that's the problem with Behance. You cannot copy. Can you see?
Sorry, so Behance is just a site for inspiration, not really to copy.
Exactly. It's not
It's
even
called
that you cannot copy
inspiration, yeah.
now.
You can't
You
copy
cannot
Behance, yeah.
copy design. It's just an
Yeah,
inspiration. But most
yeah.
of the time, there's a way that you can actually like get inspiration and you might want to replicate it at the design.
I
There's
think
a
I've
way that
copied from Behance before.
somebody does it. I'm gonna find out. I have some colleagues that are able to do that. It's just a picture. It's not like you're copying the file or design itself. It's just a picture. Do you understand? So that you can place the picture in your design file, and then you're now able to, design hand in hand, look at whatever you're designing. So now let's just replicate this. He said he wants us to do the homepage. We cannot copy this image, so we're going to have to do
Can you
this.
screenshot it?
Okay.
Please, okay, while you're doing that, so that I can leave, just join the meeting to pass an information. Is that all right to pass the information?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So, guys, please, none of you should miss class tomorrow. We are doing our grouping tomorrow. I don't know why you guys are dropping. It's only 9 people on this call. Meanwhile, we started with 30 something, so it's not encouraging, by the way. But I mean, I always see that they go back to watch it, which is fine. For tomorrow, we are doing our grouping, project group, and I don't want anyone to miss the class, please, because we are going to divide you guys into groups. If not, you would work on your project alone.
Okay.
So, guys, so tomorrow, see you guys in class tomorrow.
All right.
All right, bye.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Where's my screenshot? Can manage this, right? Okay. Now let's begin. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing, because I want to focus on design this thing. We have limited time and this meeting will end soon. Yes. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry about that, but I had to fix my light. Okay. This is too much. The color that was used here, white. I hope you guys get what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the icons represented. So on a norm, if I'm to design this and like come down to design this is not meant to be like this. Yes, I will not use this kind of icons. I don't like to use icons for like real projects, but I'm just freestyling. That's why I'm using this icon. I have to maintain consistency and please mute your mic. Oh. Okay. So I'm grouping each of them. Ctrl G. So that I'm able to easily move them around. Do you understand? So now I have these two here. I feel like this text are bold. It's a mobile app. So I'm going to put this to an auto layout. Then put this in an auto layout. I'm going to give spacing of 8. Right? Then I'm going to put everything into an auto layout. Okay, so the problem is I'm supposed to put this first. Shift A. And what's the spacing between them? 11. I'm going to give spacing of 8. Right? I'm going to have it here. Now I'm going to click on this, Shift A is already on auto, right? This is what I have. Okay. It is time to take your medicine. Okay.
I actually thought I thought you are going to copy those things, or you are designing it yourself.
No. That's what I'm telling you, that
It can't be copied.
you cannot copy it. This is an image. Look, it's an image. So that's why most of the time people would like to like go on Figma community, right? And then
Okay.
search. So when they search on Figma community for you can see a lot of mobile apps, right? If you click on any of them, let's look for one. Do you see? It says open in Figma. It has 9.3K users. Now, this is a design file. So I'm going to open it. Okay, so you're going to see this is the welcome page. I'm just going to click on the UI kit. Okay. Now, oh, this is really nice. This person did light mode, dark mode. It has the icon set, design system. So let's click on light mode. Now you can see this is already sectioned. Let's look at the welcome screen. Now this is the welcome screen. Can you see? So it is easier for you to just click on this, right? When you copy it, now when you get a design file, don't make any alterations to it. Don't. Copy whatever it is you want to copy, right? Then you're going to go to, you're going to come here and you're going to paste it. Now, what you're seeing here is a design file. Now you're able to copy the image. You can use the exact image. You can use the exact font. That is a way of what you learn the design. Now, if you want, you can just change the layout, but you can use the exact images. Now, it's pretty much easier like this. But when you have something like this, you have to design from scratch. And that's why I said it's going to take my time. Do you understand? Does anybody understand?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So the only thing is, if you want to, you can see somebody's page online. Maybe your fellow designers that post something, they post their designs. You can say like, oh, this looks really cool. I'd like to replicate this design, right? But it's going to be an image. But when you take the image to your Figma, right, it's going to come in as an image like this. But it's going to be the screen because of what you're seeing. Do you understand? Now, when it comes in, you might not see that exact image because it's an the exact picture that is being used in the design. Do you understand? Because it's an image, it's not a design file. So what you can do is you can now look for a different image and use. That is what called what recreation. You created this person's design. As the person is using this robotic whatever, and I mean I can go and look for a female robotic and go and use. Do you understand? There's no picture that you're looking for that you not see. Now we even have AI. AI will help you. Now you can get this image. Control Z, right? I want to look, where's the screen of this? Okay, see, it's a robotic futuristic image. Now you can get this image, put it on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to what? To do what? To bring out the prompt, create a prompt for this exact image. It will create the prompt for you. You can now make adjustment to the prompt. I'm just okay, maybe you want a female robotic, whatever, and send it back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will now do what? Give you what the image to use. That's an example. If you want to use ChatGPT, you can use Freepik. You understand? You're going to free pick. Free pick will tell you, okay, this is exactly what you want to do. They'll give you, you put it from, you put the prompt that you want to, that you've got it from ChatGPT already, or you can even use Claude AI to get your prompt, right? You can even use Gemini, Grok, anyone you want. Just get the prompt. Now, when you put it in Freepik, Freepik also has like different styles. It's not like ChatGPT. Do you understand? That's if you guys have used it before. You might have to choose the style of the image that you want. So if you're looking for that's when this person was asking me about illustrations. If you don't get what you want on Figma community, go to ChatGPT, pick out something that looks like what you want in that Figma community. Now go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to do what? To create a prompt for this exact image. It will do that for you. Once you get it, use it to now modify the prompt to what you want the image to look like. If it says a man standing by a palm tree, you can say, oh, a man standing by a coconut tree. Do you understand? Just make subtle changes. Do you get? If it's a male, you can say, okay, you want a female, you want a child, or you want a teenager. So depending on what you're looking for. If it's a fruit, you can put a different type of fruit to use. Do you understand? Just modify the prompt, then put it back in what? In Freepik. Freepik will now tell you to choose the style that you want. If it's an illustration that you're looking for, tell you to choose. You choose illustration, you can choose normal style, you can choose black and white. Do you understand? It has, but now you have only 20 free whatever to use. After you exhaust the 20 chances, you have to subscribe, you have to pay because Freepik is paid. So you have to now maximize the use of the 20 chances that you have to get the exact image that you want. A lot of people that you see on LinkedIn use ChatGPT for their prompts, for their text, for their images. A lot of them, even for their carousels, they use ChatGPT. Do you understand? So that's how you're going to be able to do what? To now get what you want when you now see images online of designers that you want to recreate that. Because it's a good thing actually. You can see a very good designer online, maybe on LinkedIn, I'm like, oh, I like this post. I like this design. You just copy the design, go to your Figma file and do what? And replicate the design. Try your best to redesign it. It's not a must you have to use, forget that I was using color picker to copy the code. It's because it's a design file. Like this one, I can see that I'm using my head. I'm not using color picker to do anything. Can you see? I'm not using color picker to do anything here. I'm just looking, okay, this is green. I'll be the one to now look for the shade, look for the exact shade that will fit in whatever that is being done here. Do you understand, guys?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
anybody
Yes,
okay?
ma'am, we
Good.
understand.
All
Ma'am.
right. So the only thing I'm gonna tell you guys is, because I don't think I'm taking you guys on any class again, and I think we're already coming closer to the end of this cohort. But one
Sorry,
important,
okay.
go ahead.
Is using design file good for learning, or is better doing it all from scratch?
Well, to be honest, it is better doing it all from scratch as a learner. I'm not a learner, and that's why if I'm designing now, you see how I was designing this button for you guys. We have a lot of elements and things that you can use. Do you understand? You see how I was designing this button for you guys. But if I'm designing, I don't design my buttons. I know where I get my buttons from. I change the colors, modify the colors, because there's no time. There's no time to be dwelling. There are so many other things that you have to do. You are going to deal with components, you're going to deal with prototyping. So you don't want to come and start to be drawing rectangles, to be doing, drawing frames, to be doing your whatever that you want to do. Do you understand? There are a lot of places where you can actually get illustration and icons from, and before you know it, your design is ready. Do you get? But the only thing I cannot copy now is what? Balance, hierarchy, contrast, visual hierarchy, right? Typography, design system, your style guide. You cannot copy. Okay, you can copy style guide though. Maybe you see that this one now, it has design system there. Let's check the design system. See? Look at all his design system that he used. Look at typography here. Can you see? He used Work Sans as his font. Look at all the colors that he used in this design. Look at it. The guy documented everything. So there are people that actually do this. Now, we have a different niche for designers. Do you understand? It just depends on what you're gearing towards, right? There are people that you're looking for my trouble. There are people that are just very good in design systems, right? Their design systems, if you go abroad, they section these things. There are UX engineers, there are UX designers, there are interaction designers. We call them interaction designers. That's when it comes to prototyping. Do you understand? More like motion designers. They are still under product designers. They know how to do normal design, but now they have a field, they have a specialty. They are design system designers. They don't need to be doing what I just showed you now. They'll be doing style guide, whatever it is. Do you understand? So, but now it gets to a point, if you're a beginner, you need to know everything. That's the truth. You need to know how to do everything. Because tomorrow, if you're being called upon, or you're in a situation whereby you are being taxed on the spot, do you know that there are cases where if you start applying for jobs, you go for interviews and they'll tell you, okay, design this on the spot. Do you want to start looking for design system? Okay, except you have structured, like the way I structured my Figma file, I can get anything I want within minutes. Actually, I only need to search. I have arranged everything. See that I have a lot of tabs open. They are open for a reason. They're not just open there for anything. No. Do you understand? Do you get? You can see that particular file here is a practice file. You see? Is a practice file to show you that learning never stops. You see, I have different pages: inspo, TPN, case study, page 4, practice. That's the thing. Practice never stops. I was about working on this homepage of a crypto design that I did before you guys actually before the meeting started. Do you understand? So the thing is, learning never stops. You need to understand the basics. So our advice, do not go to Figma community, look for pictures, go to Behance for inspiration and design it. Anyhow it is, it come out like that, let it come out like that. Have a mentor, look for a mentor that will help you in this journey, right? If you get a mentor, the mentor will help you out so that whenever you're making mistakes, the mentor is there to what, to help to correct you. You need to keep practicing. When you keep practicing, you're going to get better. If I show you guys my first ever design, you're going to laugh at me. I don't think I still have it.
How are we going to get the mentor? Because I thought that's already.
Well, that's the problem. You need to show some form of seriousness before any mentor will actually want to mentor you. And that's, I'm speaking from experience. Because
Where,
the
where do
present
people
cohort that
find
I'm working
mentors?
with, the present cohort that I'm working with now, there's a platform called ADP List, right? ADP List, ADP List is a platform that has a list of mentors, right? For different career paths. Whether you're a designer, you're an engineer, I'm trying to share my screen so that I can show you guys how it looks like.
Is it adp.org?
Yes, which is what I'm currently showing you. Now, as you can see, I already have this session complete. Even senior designers have mentors. They have higher mentors. As I'm like this, I have my own mentor. Because at any point in at every point in your career, you're going to keep growing, right? You can see you create your own profile. I have my profile here. Can just come here and search for product design. Right? Then also, if you have some mentors on links that you are following, some of them will tell you, oh, they're not available for mentorship. You can just go and book them on ADP List. They'll tell you when they'll drop the link. You just come here and just book them ASAP. You can see there are different mentors, right? UX design, game design. Can you see UI visual design? So let's click on one. You're
Sorry,
going
when
to
you talk
see.
about book, does it mean you're paying for it?
No, it's free. I'm not paying for anything.
Okay, okay.
It's totally free. You're not paying for anything actually. Do you understand? Then if you want to filter by country. Now I want only Nigerians, right? Can you see? Senior product designer at Fairmoney, Gift Chooks. Chief Technology Officer at Harvest. Senior front-end developer at Abba and King System. Can you see them? Co-founder and product leader at TechVas. Oh, this guy's on ADP List. Senior product designer at Biggie Brand. That's Biggie Coca-Cola. What they used to call that? You see a lot of them. Senior designer at TZT. Creative director at Stuten. Product designer at iRecharge.
I know
I know this
him.
guy. This was a
I
very
know him
popular
really well.
YouTuber. Also, leverage on YouTube, please. Femi has a YouTube channel. I'm a fan of his work. So you can go to Femi's you can book him and see available his app, right? You can just come here and book. You can say, oh, I can be a beginner. If it's gonna be, I agree to be your mentor or blah blah. But I will not advise you doing that at first, right? You need to show some form of like will I say concern or some personal relationship with them. Because if you come to meet me, I book him and I say, oh, you want me to be your mentor, I'll tell you, oh no, I don't have that time. Do you understand? Because now this person doesn't really know you. But imagine that you've gone to Femi's page, you've gone to watch his YouTube video, and you know he has a guy, he does designs. So just reduce the speed of his video on YouTube, and then just watch and practice. As you are watching, you are practicing, you will learn. Trust me. That's also a faster way to learn if you don't want to start recreate, so that you don't be, because if you are trying to recreate from just design image that you see online, right, you might be making mistakes, you might not know the correct thing to do. But when you are now designing and you're watching YouTube video and you're redesigning them as you are going, as you are watching, you are designing, you are learning, it's actually faster, because that way you are learning how to do a lot of things. Do you understand? The person is telling you, okay, do auto layout. You are clicking here, you are clicking here. You're going to make mistakes. Trust me, you're going to be good. So imagine that you've done that. You even show him that, oh, that you have one of his designs or two of his designs that you actually like replicated from his YouTube channel. He's going to be like, oh, wow, this person is really, really serious. This person is actually following me. This person is really like contributing to you. You understand? He might even be moved as, okay, fine. Send me an email or want it, okay. Or you might tell you, okay, he's not fully available for mentorship right now, but just give him 1 month or 2 months, it's going to be fully available for you. That shows some form of seriousness. But if you just come and say, you just book them and start going and say, oh, can you be my mentor? They will tell you no. Let me just tell you the truth. They will tell you no, because I am in that shoe, because me too, I will tell you no. Why? Because I would not want to just take somebody randomly like that. Do you understand? I need to see the effort that this person has put in before you say you want to mentor them, because you need to mentor someone that should have shown seriousness. Do you know why? So that you don't waste your time mentoring somebody that is not even serious at all. Because once you commit, you have committed. Do you understand? Now you can see that this person is Joshua, product designer at TopTal. A lot of them, product designer at ThoughtBot, product designer at Dot Holdings. A lot of them, you can see them, they are very good. There are some that if you even check their LinkedIn, you might not be seeing regular posts, but they are good at what they do. I think if you go on their profile, you can even see this one is a new mentor. Oh wow. Oh, this is designer at Andela. Oh, that's nice. So you can see some of them when you click on their page. Jacinta is even here. When you click on their page, you can see so is a co-founder design consultant at Tobitai Design Agency. I'm looking for somebody that I can check. Lead creative and multimedia designer at InterSwitch. Now let's click. He's a new mentor. Can you see? He just recently came on the platform. So let's click on his page. Sometimes when you click on their page, you will see their link. Do you understand? To their, I have over 7 years experience as designer. I have worked with the first talent in design. I have mentored a lot of young talent across different disciplines, and see people grow gives me so much fulfillment. Do you understand? These are date size available. You can see he has 2 slots for this. Oh, people already booked himself. See? That's it. People are doing big things. Then this one is just one mentorship credential. Okay, this one is when he joined. So this one does not have his portfolio. Show more. Doesn't have his portfolio here. There are some of them that when you go on their profile, I don't want to show you guys my own mentor. He has his own profile, but I don't want to show you guys. So that's about that. Come here and you're going to get, every time you have a problem, just if you don't say anybody that's going to be your regular mentor, no problem. Life forges ahead. When I started, I did not have mentor. I did not have a mentor. You can even ask Mr. Ansi. Mr. Ansi, I recently just reached out. I think I recently knew him, like it's about, I think, almost a year now. So, right? I did not have a mentor when I started a few years back. But ADP was my friend. I used to come here and book. There's even a time I even booked a white product designer because I wanted to see, like, get a different idea from someone that's not a Nigerian. Do you understand? So just come here. If you have a problem, come here. When you see, I think let me show you how to book. Book session for 11th, right? Once you click on it, you see, select your main topic. You're going to select whatever topic you want to talk about. General mentorship, getting the most out of my internship, be an effective team. So let's say general mentorship, right? Now, can you please share a little background about yourself, your career? Now, you now come here and write. You're a beginner. You recently started learning design. You can see that the price is free and it's a 30-minute session duration. You understand? Sometimes, if the person is really open to like teaching you so much, sometimes the session can extend for 40 minutes, sha. It depends. Sometimes it just stops, it just ends once 30 minutes is over. So you can just come here and give your details like, oh, you started learning design this year. you recently just finished learning and you're trying to like practice, you're having problems with this typography, you don't really seem to, you need a mentor to like, help you out in your journey, your career journey. How do you go about design, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand? And then after that, once you start typing here, automatically this becomes a button you click, confirm booking, and then that's it. You're going to receive it in your email immediately, right? Remember that you have checked the date. So if you don't want a particular date, you can come here, you can click on change, and you now select the change. It's basically going to be available for either 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Whichever one you choose continue. Do you understand? That's how it works, right? And once you click confirm booking, automatically, you're going to receive the Google Meet link in your email. And you're going to have a reminder. If your email is synced to your Google Calendar, you're going to have reminders to that particular day. See this one. This one is a product design lead at Get License, but it's not in Nigerian. There are white guys that are doing big things. Some of them are even offered to mentor yourself. You never can tell. So don't restrict yourself to only Nigerian designers. Do you understand? Several years of experience in product design with a wide range of industries, including SaaS, e-commerce, B2B, travel, e-tech, and agrotech. Can you see? Let me see if he has, okay, he did not put his portfolio here. 287 sessions completed. Can you see? He's adding money. Portfolio revamp and review, $99. But if you want to have a casual, friendly chat, you can book him for 15 minutes for free, right? So you see, that's it, guys. I'm going to stop here for today. I've really tried. Do you have any questions in the chat? Okay, she said there's love in sharing. No, I will not share. I'm not sharing my mentor, guys. I'm holding him by the hem of his garments. Yes, so nobody won design challenge you because you cannot be the winner. It's only when you have competitors, that's when you can have a winner. So, Gift, don't be angry. I think the rest of your colleagues did not want you to win. That's why. Because if they wanted you to win, they would have done their assignment, but they did not do it. So now there's no winner. So just keep practicing, guys. And if you have questions, you can always hop in my DM. The grouping for the group is tomorrow, right? And if you're lucky enough, you can fall in my group. Thanks and God bless. So I'm going to round up here, guys. Good night. And thank you so much for joining in for today's session.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Good night.
All right, good night. Thank
Good
you.
night.
You are.